Hey everybody, this is just a quick tutorial on how to complete the activity determining how fast crustal plates move. So as always, make sure you read the background information. But the important part are the procedures. Now this background information kind of gives you some hints, tells you a little bit more information. This diagram is really important because it has the ages of the rocks and it has the distance. Now, the distance have already been completed for you, so you don't have to use a ruler for that. And you'll see what I mean when I flip the page over. So here are the directions. Direction number 1 says, convert each distance from kilometers to centimeters by multiplying the value in kilometers by 100,000. Enter the new data in the appropriate spaces on the data table. So if I flip this over, this is the same thing we did on the last activity where we're trying to determine how fast the crustal plates are moving in the Atlantic Ocean. So to do that, I just take 150 and I multiply it by 100,000. Now the easy way to do that is just write down 150 and then just add my 5 zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'll put in my commas. There we go, 15 million. So what I suggest you do, instead of doing this one right away, I suggest you take this, write down 80, add to 5 zeros, write down 110, add to 5 zeros, write down 160, add to 5 zeros. That way, by doing it back to back to back to back, you won't forget how you did it the first time. So that's the first step. So let's read the second procedure. The second procedure says calculate the approximate age difference between the islands and enter the data in the table. So you're trying to get this information here. It's the difference in approximate ages of the two islands. So we're going from Hawaii and Maui. Hawaii and Maui. So when I flip this over, when I look at the map, remember I told you the map is important? Hawaii is 0 years old, and it's 0 years old because it's still being created today. And Maui is 1,200,000 years old. So calculate the age difference. Whenever you see the word difference, you want to think of subtract. So if Maui is 1,200,000 years old and Hawaii is 0, we know the difference is 1,200,000 years. Again, I would do these three right away. So the next one is Maui to Molokai. All I have to do is take this and subtract this one. And then Oahu to Molokai, I just take this and subtract this one. And then this and subtract this one. So again, I would do that right away. Now, if these two numbers they're large numbers. If they're too big to use on your calculator, try using the online calculator or on your Chromebook. They can handle these larger numbers. All right, so this is what I have so far. If you have any questions, stop the video, rewind the video, and review the directions. So the next part is right here, the speed of crustal movement. It's in centimeters per year. So because it's this right here, I know I'm dividing, and I can see it in the directions. It says, use the following formula. Calculate the approximate speed at which the crustal plate was moving between the times that each of the islands formed. Enter your data in the data table. Round to the nearest tenth. So this is important. Otherwise, you won't have the correct information, and I'm going to mark them wrong. So here's the equation. I'm looking for the speed of the crustal plate movements. It's the distance between the two islands divided by the difference in approximate age. So I'm going to write this down right here. It's the distance between the two islands in centimeters. So I'm just going to write it out. I know a lot of people like to do all the math in their head, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I suggest you write things out. You make a lot fewer mistakes. And I'm going to put this one down here. I'm going to drop the labels for now. Even though I didn't put the labels here, this is years, this is centimeters. So take this, enter it into your calculator, and divide it by this. Now, a shortcut too is you could cross off common zeros. And if I did that, now all of a sudden, if I do this on my calculator, let me clear it from the last problem I had. It's 150 divided by 12. So can you see the answer? It's 12.5. I'm going to put this right here. So you're going to do the same thing for these. You just take this, divide it by that, that gives you this. Take this, divide it by that, it gives you that. Take this, divide it by that, it gives you that. Now again, remember to round to the 10th. This one was nice because it was 12.5. I didn't have to do any rounding. If you don't round properly, you're not going to get them correct. Now over here it says calculate the average speed. The way you're going to do that is you're going to take this number, add it to this number, add it to this number, add it to this number, and then divide by 4. That will give you your average speed. Once you're done with that, you're going to answer these questions. Now I am going to give you a hint here. This is probably one of the questions people get wrong most often. In which direction was the crustal plate apparently moving when the Hawaiian Islands were formed? And so when you look at that, usually if students are having problems, what I do is I have them put their finger right over the oldest island. Now remember, hot spots do not move. The plates do. So if I start moving the paper to get my finger over the next one, and I keep moving the paper, and I keep moving the paper, it's going in that direction, the paper is. So look right here. If it's going in that direction, it's going to move into the northwest. And that's what you're going to have right here. And just explain what I just demonstrated. And then according to your data, did the crustal plate always move at the same speed? In order to answer that question, just look here. Are these all the same or are they different? So hopefully this goes well for you. Make sure you rewatch the directions if you need more help. Thanks. Bye.